Our minds mostly have unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and actions. That is what our brain relies on to make subconscious decisions. If your brain is relying on unconscious thoughts, behaviors, actions, patterns to make decisions for your subconscious mind, what makes you think that something as subtle as getting yourself put together will not change the way your brain is processing your day? Whatever is good for your soul, do that.
Now that we've come this far, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell you the truth.
So growing up, I never really had much of anything, but somehow, some way, I always looked put together, at least. I don't know how my mom did it, but she did it somehow, some way. That kind of translated into my everyday life. Growing up, going to school, taking classes, whatever the case was, no matter what, I always made sure I was put together. Being put together does not mean like a full face of makeup every day, which, mind you guys, makeup is another way of putting yourself together too. All right, you have the balls to put effort into your makeup, and I think that's a very noble thing. Being put together doesn't necessarily have to be that. It doesn't have to even be wearing designer, having the nicest outfit out there. Being put together is simply just getting up and doing something before you step outside of the house. Not even before you step out of the house, before you do something. Before I work, before I sit down and do anything, I'm making sure that I feel put together. Hi guys, welcome back to Boss Girlified. I'm Tima. Being put together is as little as just making sure that you comb your hair, doing your skincare routine, having a nice-ish outfit, which, by the way, I need to do a video on how to look expensive on a budget, because girl, I be dripped out in thrifted gear and I'm still making it look like it's expensive. These rings I'm wearing right now, even though I make jewelry too, so check out those rings. Five Below. You see what I'm saying? So I got a little bit of drip, even though I'm on a budget. So I might do a video about that. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments down below. Being put together is as little, for me, is as little as just having my hair done, or if it's already done, like this style, you know? Like before I hopped on camera, I just put a little bit of product in it. Sometimes I like to do my makeup. I do different levels of makeup. Sometimes I do no makeup. Sometimes I just brush my brows back. I like that look, even though y'all be hating on that soap brow look, but I like it, okay? Putting on a little bit of mascara, some chapstick, lip gloss. I can dress that up and down as much as I want to. I'll put on a cute little jewelry piece, a little jewelry set, by the way. You know what to do. If you need some jewelry, I got you. That's been a pretty consistent theme in my life, except for a couple days, of course. I remember this one day in particular, though. I went to McDonald's, which I don't really go to McDonald's like that anyways, but I was in the middle of doing my hair, I'm pretty sure, which, yeah, we've all had those moments. Doing like box braids or something. You get hungry and you crave for something. So that happened to me, and I went to McDonald's. Even though, like, you know, and mind you, there's a way to put your stuff together if you're doing your own hair and you're not done. There's a better way to do it than I did it this time. But nevertheless, I get up, go to McDonald's, and I'm wearing a bonnet. My Mesa high school track shorts, purple, and some big t-shirt. Right, so I'm sure you can imagine, like, it's not I was looking kind of rough. It was a rough day. It was a rough day for Tima. Basically, I didn't put myself together in the slightest sense, okay? Even though it wasn't work or I wasn't doing anything really important, the difference in how I was treated that day compared to almost every other day of my life was very noticeable, to say the least. Like, I had to overall wait a lot longer for my order, believe it or not. I felt weird. I didn't feel right. Like, I felt like, okay, I should have put at least a little bit of effort. And deep down inside, no one had to tell me this, but I knew that it was because of the way I had put myself together that day, or rather, the way I didn't put myself together. It goes way beyond just being treated better, because everyone should be treated well, in my opinion, at least, regardless. However, putting yourself together, it's something about taking the time to make sure, like taking the extra 5, 10, 15 minutes to make sure you're put together before you even just sit down to do some work. That shows a respect for yourself your time and the world around you. And this is exactly why I will never not be put together. Even if I'm not going anywhere, or if I'm just going somewhere like, mundane, like the grocery store, or even if I'm literally just going to the mailbox, I make sure I have at least an outfit with meaning. No pajamas, my hair is done, whatever that means. Even just moisturizing my face just a little bit, maybe doing my skincare routine, because looking put together translates directly into feeling put together. And then that then translates to being put together. Of course, this comes with time. It's not just about being, getting ready for the day that helps you be put together in life. In this case, I guess being put together for me, at least, means having your finances together, at least to where you're stable enough to be able to afford your basic necessities and maybe a little bit of, luxury spending, if you will. Maybe being successful in your career, having good grades, having a nice and stable personal life, maintaining relationships. There's a lot more that goes into being put together, but it does help you actively want to go out there and pursue being put together because you look put together. It's kind of like this mindset of like, girl, I look too good to be this broke. Even your physical space around you. That's why cleaning, organizing, all of that stuff is so important to me because, girl, I look so put together. I have to be put together, So, and it seems like such a minuscule thing, but our minds mostly have unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and actions. That is what our brain relies on to make subconscious decisions. If your brain is relying on unconscious thoughts, behaviors, actions, patterns to make decisions for your subconscious mind, what makes you think that something as subtle as getting yourself put together will not change the way your brain is processing your day? Sure, there are studies that show that there is a direct correlation between getting yourself ready for the day and success in whatever that is for you. I don't do it for the outside world. I don't do it for anyone else, to be honest. I do it for my future self. The reality is there's no future self. That doesn't exist. The only thing that does exist is your present self. So I kind of hate this notion of like the future self, but I see what people mean when they say that. The future self is basically the better version of yourself. I don't like that version either, but just so you guys know what I'm trying to say. Basically, this fantasized, idealized version of ourselves that we all have in our mind, it doesn't exist. All that does exist is your present self. So what would you do for yourself for your future or better self? What would you do for that version of yourself? Do it now. Are you doing that right now? Why not? Why are you not doing that for yourself? So as I'm on this journey of literally becoming who I want to become, not the better version of myself, not the future of myself, forget all that. Literally just becoming who I've always wanted to become as I'm on this journey, I'm starting to want more for myself, just in general. Like, I'm starting to think, is this like, are these actions what I want for myself? Are these actions what I deserve? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, I do something to make that answer a yes. And going out and not feeling my best is not a part of who I want to be. I want to go out and feel at the top of my game. I want to feel put together. I want to have that level of respect for myself. And that's regardless of my circumstances. And I'm telling you guys, when I was broke, things were tight, There were points where I was living with other people, didn't really have a stable place to live, even though I've always had a place over my head. Thank God. Thank you, God. Alhamdulillah. So that I'm very thankful for. And of course, people are in different circumstances. There could be some of you guys watching this video that don't have that. So it's going to be kind of hard, It's going to be kind of negligent for me to sit here and be like, you need to make sure you're put together. Okay, when you literally are worried about shelter and food. So there are different circumstances, but there is still a way, no matter what circumstance you're in, to make yourself put together. When I had not a dollar to my name, I was still making sure that I was put together. And I was fooling everyone, including myself. And that's literally one of the reasons why I think to this point, I've been able to get to the point where I'm making my own money for myself. That is insane. I never would have thought that I would be making money for myself. And I think the main reason why I got to that point was tricking myself, literally, and becoming who I've always wanted to become. A compliment that I hear a lot is that I have my head on straight, which I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't all the time. Sometimes I feel like I do, but even then when I feel like I do, I don't really think I do, because the things that I do on a day-to-day basis are insane. I have a pretty crazy schedule. I'm very busy, but I make sure I have time for myself, which is something that I'll probably talk about in another video. I always make sure, okay, I have a mental health break and a body day where I do everything I need to do. I don't have it together all the time, but no matter what, I'm gonna make sure I feel like I do. You can be put together and still have anxiety, still be stressed, still, feel like it, still be struggling financially, still be in this tough position. But at least being put together, you have a reason to be put together. It's, again, you look too fly to be that broke. For me, putting myself together is just telling myself that I am worth that I am important to do that. And that regardless of what I'm going through, at least I have that, and it's another boost of motivation to get up and do more. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Everything you'll be looking for is in the link titled Everything You're Looking For is right here. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video overall, and I will see you guys on another video soon. The Boss B is signing out.